All right, another candidate with a strong performance tonight, GOP outsider Vivek Ramaswamy. Take a look.
One is we do have to seal that southern border. Building the wall is not enough. They're building cartel-financed tunnels underneath that wall. Semi-trucks can drive through them. We have to use our own military to seal the Swiss cheese of a southern border. But we also have to be honest. There's a demand-side problem in this country, too, a mental health epidemic. I met family in Iowa, two parents, Kathy and Derek. They lost their son, Sebastian, 17 years old. He bought Percocet on Snapchat, and then he died. Why did he die? Because it was laced with fentanyl. That is closer to bioterrorism, not a drug overdose. That is poisoning. So it is our job to make sure that never happens. But it's also our job to make sure that 17-year-olds don't turn to Percocet via Snapchat. We have to bring back mental health care in this country.
All right, joining us now, Vivek Ramaswamy. Sir, how are you?
It's good to see you, Sean.
You just told me your favorite part of the debate was after the debate when your son came on stage.
It was the last 5 minutes of it. When he came on, I saw him sitting quietly in the front row. He's 3 years old, and that's about as well-behaved as I've seen him in a long time. I'm proud of him.
He's at the Reagan Library. I wouldn't expect any less. One of the more contentious moments was you and Nikki Haley. Nikki saying, every time I hear you, I feel dumber. We can't trust you, Vivek. So you came under some fire tonight. What's your reaction to that? Why?
So, and feeling dumber, that's actually the first time I've actually ever heard that, so I'll take that as a first. But, Sean, my view tonight was there were a lot of personal insults coming my way. That's okay. These are still good people. I respect the policy disagreements that we had, but I'm not running against any of them. I'm running for this country. And I think part of what you saw is I am the new guy, and I do have to earn the trust of the voters at home. And I understand
want you to slow down with
and I respect that.
Because that stuck out, that moment struck me.
Yeah.
You were sending a message. Maybe I come off as a little, I don't
know it all, you know, at times.
Know it all?
You know,
okay.
that's what I understand.
By the way, I'm a talk show host. Every talk show host you'll ever meet comes off as a know-it-all, so I can identify.
But the thing, Sean, is
why do you want, what is it that you really want to tell people that don't know you, that see you, and that see you're outspoken? What do you really want to communicate?
I think that having strong convictions and being humble about your actual scope of knowledge, those aren't incompatible. Those go together. And the way I've built my business is I've surrounded myself with people who challenge me, the best and brightest, who actually push me to be the best version of myself. And so when I'm commander-in-chief, if I'm successfully elected, I expect there will be several people on that stage who I'll be relying on in the same way. So their attacks don't deter me from that.
Sure you want Chris Christie on your stage?
I didn't say all of them. I didn't say all of them. But even people who are off that stage. So I think that we're going to require taking the America First movement to the next level, Sean. But I'm going to do things a little differently on my watch. I'm going to reunite this party. And I'm going to reunite this country. And I do think it's going to take somebody of a new generation, somebody whose best days are still yet ahead in life, to see a country whose best days are still yet ahead, too. I truly believe that. So I'm not one of these, it's morning in America people. It's not morning in America right now, but it can be. And I think it's going to take a new generation.
I would say America has been in a precipitous decline under Joe Biden.
It has, but it doesn't have to stay that way.
Listen, and this is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Every single thing that we are dealing with that's going wrong, our borders, these are all self-inflicted wounds. Energy prices. Have you seen the price of a gallon of gasoline out here?
Absolutely.
Every our law and order, safety, security, our school system, all fixable.
What? The flip side of that is it's good news is it's fixable.
Right.
Drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear, stop paying people more money to stay at home than to go to work, abandon the climate cult that shackles the United States while leaving China untouched, declare economic independence from our enemy, communist China, who we cannot depend for the shoes on our feet, to the phones in our pockets,
and the drugs and the medicines we take,
to the pharmaceutical supply chain, which I, of course, understand and know well. The same country that's poisoning the illegal supply chain.
Trump put a tariff on them. Trump made them pay.
Well, I think we got to go further than that. I think the answer is...
What's further?
Well, I think what is further is total decoupling. We have to tell them you will not buy land in this country. You will not turn companies into lobbying pawns. We're going to hold them accountable for unleashing hell on the world for the COVID-19 pandemic. Right. We can't forget about that one, Sean, is that was catastrophe inflicted on us. And if we don't hold them accountable for that, we can expect worse in the future. Now, I want to say this in the Reagan Library tonight. Yeah. Reagan said this about the Soviet Union.
How cool is that with his jet hanging on over your head?
Yeah, and my young son
hope it doesn't fall.
No, look, it was a beautiful sight.
It is a nice sight.
It was inspiring to me. What did he say? His foreign policy strategy against the Soviet Union was we win, they lose. Well,
here's my next question.
China's the threat. I say to communist China, we win, they lose. That's how I'm going to lead.
Okay. there was a guy that wasn't on that stage tonight.
Yes.
And he's got a massive lead against all of you on that stage tonight.
Yes.
Okay. That's obstacle number one.
Well, look, the way I look at it is I was a little different than everybody else on the stage. The reason Donald Trump's in the lead, let's be honest, is that he was an excellent president. But I'm an America-first conservative, not a Trump-first conservative. And I think we have to reunite this country and reach the next generation to take our America First agenda to the next level. So I will honor Donald Trump and his legacy more than anybody else. But
do you find
I think I'll take it further.
Do you believe that these indictments are, first of all, they all should, they're all politically motivated?
I think they're shams.
I think they are too.
And I will pardon him on day one. I said that at the last debate. I stand by it. And one of the things I noticed tonight is that I think there are.
If he asked you to be vice president, what would you say?
I would ask him to be my most important mentor and advisor in the first year when I'm in office.
Okay.
Because that's what allows me to reunite this country.
If you don't make it for some reason.
So, Sean, the one
you
thing
don't want to answer that question.
No, this isn't about me and it's not about Trump.
I'm just asking.
This is bigger than us, right? And so my belief is I will be best positioned to reunite this country as our next commander-in-chief. But I am humble enough to surround myself with the very best, and Trump is absolutely on that list.
I thought
that's the way I see that
if I had to say what I thought your best moment was, is when you were just open. You know, I may come off as a know-it-all, this and that. I have to introduce myself. I have to prove myself. I thought that was a good moment for you.
I appreciate him being honest and candor.
All right, we appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Sean. Appreciate that.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.